everybody, welcome back to the Half Hour of Power. Joe, Brandon is here.
Yo, Joe, what do you know?
Hey, Brandon, how you doing? You having a good week?
Oh, I'm having a good week. Good week. I'm watching all these Dracula movies. Very awesome.
Well, are we doing Dracula again?
Yeah.
We're doing another Dracula. Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Which one are we doing? Let me get my notes out. Which one were we doing?
We're doing Dracula 1931, the Spanish Dracula movie.
Didn't we do that one already?
No, we did Bela Lugosi.
Isn't that the same movie?
Well, Bela Lugosi's not in it.
But
It's
he
Carlos
isn't.
Carlos?
Oh, okay. Okay. I watched the right one. I thought Bela Lugosi looked weird when I was watching it.
Oh, God.
And it was in Spanish. I had to put on subtitles.
Well, of course. So did I.
Okay.
Okay. The difference from your accents from the Spanish accent. Sorry.
Yeah, so we are back. We are going to go backwards in time. We are going to travel backwards from 1979 all the way back to 1931. And we are going to talk about the Spanish Dracula, the Universal made Spanish Dracula with an all Spanish cast. Shot for the Spanish market at the exact same time they were shooting the Bela Lugosi version. We do have a special guest on here. We wanted to get his take on some of this stuff. Mark, are you there?
Yes, I am. I'm here. Thank you for having me.
Hey, thanks
Mark.
for being on. Always a pleasure.
Thank you. Pleasure is all yours.
Hey, Mark, so we've been going through these Dracula movies, and
Mhm.
you and I have talked about Dracula stuff on and off over the years.
Mhm.
So we've covered, gosh, what is this going to be, the fifth one? So, Brandon,
yeah.
we covered 4 movies, right?
Yes.
All right. So, Mark, did you listen to those shows, and have you seen
Yes,
those movies?
I listened to those shows, and I've seen probably say half of those movies that you were talking about.
Oh, did
So
you?
about half.
All right.
I didn't see all of them, but I did see a few of them.
So
Absolutely.
you've seen 2 of them.
I've seen of course, the Dracula were from 31. I've seen the Dracula with from 58. I'm not so sure, but the 70s Dracula. I've seen that. I know that.
He's got to represent for his hometown boy.
That's right. That's right. Yep. You know who we're talking about. Talking
yeah,
about Skeletor.
Where's Frank Langella from?
Bayonne.
Yeah, there you go. So, which did this make you want to watch these Dracula movies again? These shows, or are you sitting there going, I wish these guys would stop talking about Dracula movies?
No. I like to hear about Dracula. Dracula is I feel Dracula is a very cool like character. I've always felt that way. But I thought that I wanted to hear more by what you were saying. I want to hear about more Dracula movies because there's so many more out there that you guys can do.
Yes. Yes, sir.
So, okay, so which ones do you want us to do? And we might give you a hint if we're going to do this.
All right. If you give me a hint, I definitely want to see you do I want you to see. I want to see you do Blackula. I want to see you do that because I like Blackula. I like that.
Which one? Because there's 2 of them.
No, the 2 of them. I like the first one the best, but the second one is good too. Blackula Scream. Blackula.
Yeah.
I like that one. I like when I was a kid, I used to sitting in front of the TV watching Blackula. So I enjoy Blackula. So I want to see you guys do that.
Blackula.
Yeah.
Well, we might do that.
I want to see you guys do that show.
Okay.
I'm thinking about it. It's a good and let me see here. I don't know if you've done this already. I'm not too sure. The Dracula with I'm not sure. You might have done this one already, but I'm not 100% sure. But the Dracula with Jack Palance.
No,
We have not done this movie. This
not
one
yet. No, we
yet.
haven't done it yet.
Jack Palance is great. I love
we
Jack
did.
Palance.
We did. Jesse and I did a comparison show, comparing Bram Stoker's Dracula to Jack Palance's Dracula, which that one was directed by Dan Curtis. So that's the closest we've come to doing that movie.
Which also Bram Stoker Dracula.
But I'm telling you, that definitely Jack Palance one. You should do that one. Who don't love Jack Palance? He's like, I'm Dracula. He always breathes.
Everyone loves Jack Palance. Okay, very good. So, did you go back and watch any Dracula movies after you heard our shows, or?
Yes, I did. I watched 1931 Bela Lugosi's Dracula, and I'm going to watch the Christopher Lee one. I'm going to watch that one when I get a chance.
Which Christopher Lee one?
I want to actually watch the 58 one because 58? I don't think I watched the 58 one. I probably if I watched it, maybe it was a long time ago, but I know that I want to watch that one, and then I want to go on from there. But I'm going to watch the other Dracula movies. I'm going to rewatch Blackula and Blackula Scream Blackula. I'm going to watch them too, and I want you guys to do a show on that one if you possible. You could do it. That would be fun to listen to a show about that.
Okay. Well, what do you think, Brandon?
I think we can do that.
All right. Well, you heard that. We are not going to commit, but
wait a minute.
We're not going to commit, but
wait a minute.
Mark,
opinion for me to do a show.
You know me probably maybe a little bit better than Brandon, and you know that we will probably do those.
Probably
shows.
30 years.
Yeah, so, we will. We're just not going to say if we're going to do them, but we are going to do them. But I'm not going to say that.
Let's keep an ear out. Let's keep a listen out, viewers.
Yeah. So, but I will say we will probably do those, but they probably won't be done within these shows we're doing, because right now we're doing shows that are trying to tell the story of the book, and Blackula doesn't try to tell the story of the book.
But he's still Dracula.
No, he's Blackula. He's
Dracula.
He's a friend.
No, he was
from Africa.
He was bitten by Dracula.
Yeah, I've seen that movie. I know he's not Dracula. Mark is trying to get us
to. I'm disappointed.
We almost did it. He's trying to get us to do that movie right now, Brandon.
I know, right? Right. You guys talking about it right now? Oh yeah, he was a slave and Dracula bit him and turned him into Blackula.
Hey, let me tell you something. The one thing I will tell you about that is that he really looked like a good Dracula. Like he had that look,
Mark, did you just watch the 31 version?
Yeah, I just watched the. Yes, I did.
What did you think of that?
He was good. I mean, Bela Lugosi is a great Dracula. I loved it. I enjoy the look of it. I enjoy the that it's it's like really if you watch it very artistically, like if you think about it artistically, the lighting, the look, the mood, everything down to the very last prop in that movie is just perfectly set up the way it needs to be. He's impeccably dressed. I mean, it's just set up the right way. If you look at that movie, just a beautiful movie. Nobody should ever redo that movie in color because it can't be in color. It has to be the way the mood is set, the way it is. It's just
your boy movie. From Bayonne already did that.
Well, but it's different. It's not Bela Lugosi's movie.
It is.
I don't like to say that they should never colorize that movie. Let's just put it that way.
Oh,
Because I'm gonna say even they tried to take the color out of Franklin Jello's movie on
they
the
did. The director wanted to do that. So was there anything in the show that we said that you disagreed with, or you wanted to call us out on, or question us about?
Oh, that's kind of scary.
I'm trying to think if there was anything in the show that I felt was that I wanted to question you about. Let me go back and think about that, and give me a few minutes to think about that, because I don't think there was, but something could pop up in my head any moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
if you stay on, I know you've got something you need to do, and may not be on for the whole show. But if you stay on for the whole show, maybe at the end we'll give you a few moments to say that if something pops into your head.
Okay.
So we are going to now dive into the Spanish language version of the movie. Have you seen this one, Mark?
I can't say I have. No.
Well, you are in luck because you can watch it on Tubi.
on Tubi.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so excited now.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Yes, we don't get any money from Tubi. We just really like Tubi. We think it's a good,
It's a good streaming
place.
service.
Good place to see movies. Good streaming service. Cheap, affordable.
Yeah, can't get no cheaper. No cheaper than free.
It's free.
Yeah. So I do still love Shudder. Not taking
Oh,
anything away from Shudder. Shudder is fantastic also.
yes, it is.
You can go to Tubi and find some really nice stuff. Okay, so the Spanish language version of the film, I think we said this on the 31 show, this was shot at the exact same time. It was shot in the evenings while the Todd Browning version was shot in the daytime. We know the Spanish crew the crew wasn't all Spanish, I don't think. Some of them were, but I mean George Melford was the director of that. He did not speak Spanish. Let's go into the Rotten Tomatoes right now. So Brandon, did you cheat and look at the Rotten Tomatoes? You ready for this?
No, because I swear, then when we did the 31, they didn't have none, didn't they?
It is on there. So the 31 is on there, and this one is on there. So what is your guess for critics?
So critic score, I give it a 68.
You think the critics gave it a 68?
Yeah.
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah. Oh God, yes.
100%.
Oh my God, what?
That's right. Now, there are only 7 reviews, and all 7 of them liked it.
Well, I have a good reason why I believe they liked it, but let's finish.
Yeah. So here we go to the audience score. What do you think that is?
Now that I give a 97 to.
Oh, 97. Are you ready?
Yeah.
74.
Really?
Yeah. So for the critics, this is a nice, fresh, juicy tomato that you should just take a bite out of. Certified fresh, this one. And the audience is just a bucket of popcorn.
Huh.
Okay. Now when I saw that, I was like, well, I didn't remember what the 31 scores were, so I took a quick peek over there. The 31 scores are 94% critics, 82% audience. Now, there are 51 critics reviews, so I don't. There's more reviews. So
That makes sense.
there's more audience reviews also for the Bela Lugosi one. And then that piqued my curiosity just a little bit. What's the score on IMDb? So the Bela Lugosi one is 7.4, and the Spanish version is 7.1. So I mean they're very close to each other, really. Which is
Well, I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't be. I mean, it's the same.
yeah. It's fitting. So really, this movie, and we've done a show like this before when we covered The Exorcist: The Beginning, This
Oh,
movie is very much like that in that it's shot with the same script, shot on the same set.
hmm.
I have
Um,
a question.
now, The Exorcist at the beginning is a little bit different, but it's pretty similar because it used the same concept. The script was rewritten, but it's still very similar. They use the same sets, not every single set. Some were a little bit different, but with the Exorcist, listen to that, see what we by that. But yeah, I mean, this to me, being a big movie nerd, really was fascinating to me that they made this movie and it was done with the same cast, not the same cast, sorry, the same script. It's based on the same stage play, based on the same script, but it had a different director, different cast, and it's just a different take. And it's different enough from the 31 version that there is something in there. So movie nerds like us are going to be really, really fascinated by it. But I don't know about the average moviegoer if they would.
I don't think they don't look into it like that. They just look for the entertainment part of it,
They'll
and
have it.
George is good. They don't look at the scenery and all the background stuff and the actors and how they're portraying things and paying the attention to the the words that are coming out and how it's being projected and stuff like that as we do.
Yeah. So what was your question, real quick, Mark?
Oh, you answered it already.
Oh, what
Oh,
what was it?
what was?
It's because I wanted to know if the same cast was in that too, as they did that when they did the same thing. But you already
Oh,
answered
okay.
it. You said it was a different cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was made specifically for the Spanish market, and back then, it being 1931, very close to the switch over from
Mhm.
silent talkie, they lost the whole market because dubbing really wasn't a thing yet. It really wasn't. The technology wasn't there yet, wasn't right yet to make it economical, from what I understand. So something they would do to not lose out on these markets is remake some of them with all, in this case, all Spanish cast, and they could release it in the Spanish markets. Uh,
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure how many they did that with. I've always kind of thought, well, did they do that with Frankenstein? I don't think that they did. I never heard that. But this is the one I've heard of the most.
Yeah, that's the only one I heard of. Because I did look into that. I looked into the Frankenstein and the mummy,
Yeah,
the mummy.
yeah.
I looked into that and I didn't see anything to that. Um, but I like the Spanish one a lot more.
You did?
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I know it's Bela Lugosi. I love Bela Lugosi, but it's like, and nothing's wrong with Carlos. Nothing's wrong with him at all. But if they took Bela Lugosi and put him in that one, I think it would be
Yeah.
so great.
So now there's something else about it. The running time is longer for the
A lot
Spanish.
longer.
It's about 20, 30 minutes long,
Yeah.
and it's cut. The other one was cut. So if you remember on the show that I found a quote
Mm-hmm.
from Carl Lemley that he said the movie gave him the heebie-jeebies and he had some cuts and it really frustrated Todd Browning.
Right.
So I wonder if some of those things were cut
Now,
is what cut the running time so much, and if I don't think they can be restored because I've never seen anybody say they could restore those cuts. I've never seen anything like that. I've never heard of anything like that.
well, they did
Maybe that stuff
restore.
is gone.
Well, they did restore the one cut. Remember, I told you they had that censor cut where they was killing.
Well, yeah, I mean they did
Renfield.
that, but what I'm talking about is like the cuts that were made to Dracula. They're
Yeah.
like some of the scenes with Renfield are a little bit longer. There's a
Mm-hmm.
little bit more there. There's a little bit. I think there's a little bit more with the orderlies.
More with the orderlies, more on the ship. They actually
Yeah,
showing.
there's a little bit more there. And since we're talking about the opening of the movie,
Yeah, I love.
Go back to the opening of the movie. So it's pretty much the same. But remember when you were asking about was there a bee coming out of a coffin, Brandon?
Yeah,
So the shot is exactly the same. They used the shot from what Todd Browning did and put it in the Spanish version. That is a Jerusalem cricket.
it's a Jerusalem cricket.
Yeah, it was coming out of a piece of wood. I mean,
Uh,
it wasn't a tiny little coffin. But I was looking at that, I was like, I could see how somebody would think that.
look like it. I mean,
Well, yeah.
you got the possums coming out of the coffin. Well, in the Spanish version, you got this possum coming out of the coffin. But
Well, I saw that in the regular version too.
Yeah, those are in there. They used all those shots in the
Oh.
Spanish, and they used many shots. As I was watching the Spanish, and I've seen it a couple of times before, and I never noticed this. But as I was watching, I was like, "That's Bela Lugosi." There's a shot of Bela Lugosi in that. Apparently, there's a few shots of Bela Lugosi in that, and they're just alternate takes that they didn't use
yeah, when the coffin scene when he's coming out of the coffin, Bela
to
Lugosi.
save money. And the one that I caught was when he was going into the theater. You know, the coach moves
Mhm.
out of the way, and you see Dracula walking, and he stops and looks around. Like, that's Bela Lugosi. I don't know, maybe it could be him. Like, no, Bela Lugosi's face, his facial structure is unmistakable.
Oh, of course, of course.
So I was like digging into that because, like, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he wasn't used at all. But no, he was used, and in those types of shots, different takes, unused takes,
So that's what the Spanish. That's what
he is
the
there.
director
And
did.
now I've got it pulled up here on IMDb. Just scroll down the cast. Bela Lugosi is in it. He's actually in the cast on the IMDb page. So yeah. There you go.
Yeah, because I mean because I like the opening of the movie because in the Bela Lugosi one you just have the picture, you know, and then the Spanish one you have the wind blowing in the cobwebs with the candle, and it's getting ready to start when the candle blows out.
Yeah.
I was like, that was pretty
And
good.
it's also Carla Limley is in this one also. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
So there we are. Okay, so let's go down the cast a little bit. How do you think Carlos?
I think Carlos did a good job. Carlos, he's not a Bela Lugosi, but he did it great in his own right, and I like it. Like he was Dracula for real.
Yeah, I think he did a good job too. I just don't think he can. It's not his fault. I just don't think his eyes were right. Sometimes they looked a little bit, and I don't know if it's the way they lit his eyes because Lugosi's eyes are lit perfect,
Well, Lugosi got that.
but
He
his
that
eyes look
ominous
a
look.
little bit. His eyes look a little bit crazy or something.
Yeah, because he didn't have an ominous look like Bela Lugosi had. Bela Lugosi has like that ominous look, and he didn't. He just had those regular eyes. Like I'm shocked.
Yeah, but he was good, and I did enjoy his performance.
Yes.
So, what about Van Helsing?
I like that Van Helsing.
You did?
I really did. Because he wasn't he was curious, but you can see his curiosity, but he was kind of staying strong on it. Because the scene that's not in the Bela Lugosi scene is the scene that when Dracula and Van Helsing are having a conversation, and Dracula's trying to think he has mind control over Van Helsing, and Van Helsing tricks him. You can see that he actually carries himself, huh?
Talking about the cross scene?
Yeah, the cross scene.
Well, that's in the Lugosi version also.
I see it.
Yeah, it is.
What is the name of the Spanish Dracula?
Dracula.
I don't know. Maybe it was Maybe it was a Spanish name or something like that. That's what I was
No,
asking.
Yeah, it's this
Dracula,
Dracula,
yeah.
the Spanish version.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I don't know. I didn't think he was that good as Van Helsing. He was okay. I mean, the cast overall, I think, is serviceable. But here again, the guy that I liked the most in this movie, the guy that played Renfield, was really, really good.
Yes, he was really good.
Now, he is not Dwight Fry good, but he is like the runner-up for me.
Yeah, he played his part. He played his part.
He was like, he did a great job.
He just don't have that ominous laugh like he did.
Yeah, everything he did was really good, and it's just Dwight Fry just outdoes everybody with it, especially with that laugh and the way that crazy smile. But this guy, I mean, his name was Pablo Alvarez Rubio.
Roberto.
Pablo Alvarez Rubio. I'm sorry if I said any of those wrong. Yeah, I really enjoyed him as Renfield, and I thought he did the best. Now, I mean, everybody else was pretty good.
Oh, Joe, you know one thing they did do in the Spanish version? They showed the bite marks.
They did, yeah. They did that a little more. They also one of the things they did do also is they did show them actively going out to kill stake Lucy, which I think it's only hinted at in the 31 version.
Well, they also too they had in the news that she was killing the babies too.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a couple of things they did there that I wonder if those got cut out, if those were the things that were cut out.
Oh yeah, back to that because they mentioned it in a little documentary. They did say that it was a lot of stuff cut out. Even the lines was cut out because remember the part where he was like, "The spider spins his web to catch unfriendly flies," and so on.
Oh
It was longer, and Bela Lugosi's part was longer, but they cut it.
Yeah.
And it was like the children of the night. Listen to them, the beautiful sound that they make. That was cut too.
Yeah. Sounds like he's watching the movie.
Yeah.
Huh.
He is watching it.
What?
Are you
watching the movie?
How do you know?
I can hear it.
Oh my God, it's so low. I don't even know how you hear it.
Yeah, we can hear it. Yeah.
I put it lower so it didn't disturb the.
Okay, so where were we, Brandon?
Oh, I was saying that they cut even some of the lines down in the movie from Bela Lugosi, from Carlos and Bela Lugosi, because Carlos says the full script line, and I looked at the screenplay that they did, and they say that whole line, but they cut it in Bela Lugosi's.
Which line?
The spider spins his web.
Okay.
Unluring spiders. It's actually longer than that.
What is it?
Can you hear me?
Hmm? What happened?
All right. Let me see. I grabbed this off my shelf.
Okay. You walked to go get a book?
I know. Nobody wants to really read.
What's that?
Some of the
I don't know how to read.
Yeah, some of the lines were cut down.
Yeah.
And edited out, and it would be interesting to see if some of that survives somewhere. I mean, obviously, if it did, it's probably not in good enough shape to put back into the movie because I've never heard or read or that can happen.
Yeah, they cut the the words.
Well, that they cut the edits that they made to the Bela Lugosi. I've never what
Well,
happened to them. Did they cut them and throw them in the trash, or they didn't store them properly? Those little snippets that they cut out because they can't be restored.
well,
So
Joe.
that would be kind of interesting.
Joe. So what I'm learning, even going through like the older movies and watching older horror movies from
Yeah,
back in the day, even the silent movies. Honestly, I don't think they really cared. It's what they cut, and then that
good.
was it. I don't think they
Yeah, I mean,
kind of like,
yeah, you're
you
you're
know,
probably right about that. They just didn't. They didn't know someday that people would want to see them. So I did watch a couple of documentaries in between all of this, and so David J. Skull, who we were speaking of on the 31 show, he became friends with David Manners, and David Manners played. Who did he play, Brandon? You remember?
David Manners played, and really after I just clicked out the page to go look at some stuff.
That's right. He was Jonathan Harker in the 31 version. So yeah, he became really friendly with him, good friends with him, and
Wait, hold on.
yeah, he did a lot of other things in his life, but mostly anybody wants to talk to him about is Dracula, and he didn't understand.
Because he was awesome in it.
Yeah, so I mean, that guy passed away in like 1998, 1999, somewhere right around there. He was almost 100 years old, and all the way up to the end of his life, he quit acting like in the late 30s.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, but let's get back to the Spanish one. So the score is the same. They don't really use any music for it, just like the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, so much has been made. I mean, everything I read is like, there's a lot of people will say this one is better. You think it's better? I don't think it's better.
Okay, so this is what I say is better. More so is more of the camera angles and more of the different types of scenes that was added into it. Because like the Bela Lugosi, the carrot scene, like you saw him, he opens the door with his hand, with it opens by itself. You don't see that in the Bela Lugosi.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean, a lot of what I read is like they say it's better just because it feels more polished.
Well, you got to remember. They took their time with the Spanish version. The director took his time, and whatever they did, because I mean, he was there when it was filming the day shots.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing I'm getting at. It's like it's not really fair to Todd Browning, and he was not happy about this. Is that they got to watch the Russians? They got to watch everything they shot that day. That Spanish crew got to watch that, and Melford watched that so they could watch it and go, "Oh, look what they did. Guess what we're going to do better. Guess what we can do better. Guess what we can change." I mean,
I can't get mad at that though.
I can't either. I can't be mad at that. I mean, I would be mad if I was Todd Browning and I would want to say something about that. I would be like, you can't watch these anymore. I'd want to try to make it so they couldn't watch them. But because I don't think that his version is shot badly. I mean, he had Carl Frund as his cinematographer, who is an amazing cinematographer. The camera.
Yeah, but his got cut up. That's what
it did. It did get cut up, and we were talking about the cut up.
Yeah, because
the camera moves a little bit in both versions. I don't think it moved much more in the Spanish version than it moved in.
Then you also got to look
Browning's version.
The Dracula.
I do think camera angles are interesting, and yeah, they did do some better things with it. Spanish version.
Yeah, but see also too, like I said, but which one gets praised more? Is it the I can't even talk now, but I can't even say his name. I haven't said it all week. Bela Lugosi's or the Spanish version? Well, most likely you hear more about the Bela Lugosi version more than you hear about the Spanish version. Even though people say that it was filmed a lot more better than the Bela Lugosi, you hear more about the Bela Lugosi than you hear about the Spanish film.
Well, you
So,
do, and you're right, and you know why that is.
of course.
That's right. I mean, I do enjoy the Spanish version. I like it. It's not a bad film.
Oh no, it's not. I mean, both of them are great films.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Both of them are great films. I love them both. I just like the Spanish version a little bit more because it was a little bit more stuff in it. You know.
Well, you haven't brought this thing up yet. We have not brought this up yet, but we have to bring it up.
Okay.
So, the lady who played Eva.
Oh God.
You know what they did to her, right?
Yes.
What? Let's see if we're on the same page.
Eva was supposed to. They changed her name because Eva was supposed to be Mia.
Oh, you're not going to go there, are you? You're just not going to say
No.
it. They gave her a low-cut dress to show off
Her ankles.
Her endowments.
Endowment. Is that a 1930s term?
No. All right. You're gonna make me say it that way. They gave her a nice low-cut dress to show off her bosom.
Oh. Just a little cleavage.
Wait.
Just a little cleavage.
Yeah, and well, I mean, it's funny because they didn't do that to Helen Chandler. She didn't get that. Her dress isn't as low cut.
Well,
Her nightgown isn't as low cut. And there's a introduction, and I don't know if the introduction that she does to the movie is on the Tubi one, but I've got it on the DVD, and she does an introduction to it. She mentions that.
really?
Yeah. She So I mean, there's those differences too, and it's like this is, as we said, this is a pre-code movie.
Okay. Here's a big difference, Dojo. Here's a big difference.
Couldn't Todd Browning have done it if he wanted to, given Helen Chandler a low-cut dress?
He could have, but like you said, he had people on his back more than they did on the Spanish version.
That's
It
true.
looks just like Bela Lugosi.
He had Carl. What's that?
He looks just like Bela Lugosi, the guy in the Spanish version.
Do he really?
He looks just like Bela Lugosi.
No.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Oh,
well, he's dressed the same way. I mean, his facial structure is a little different.
No, but I'm saying they made it look.
They did. I mean, they did. Everything looked really great.
And you said the difference is night and day, right? Like with some scenes.
Well, the Spanish version was filmed at night.
Oh, okay.
And the regular version was filmed during the day.
Well, you know what? It's probably a bit more creepier, the Spanish version.
This is the same vibe. You get the same vibe.
No, if you're watching the Bela Lugosi version, you don't know that it was only shot in the day. If you're watching the Spanish version, you don't know that it was only shot at night.
The only reason how we know is because we researched it.
Well, because the reason I know is because the guy he came in at night, so you saw it was dark.
Okay. Thank you for
all right. So Joe,
thank you for that, whatever that was.
So my thing was what I like what they did with this Dracula, because the part where he runs away, he didn't turn into a wolf. He turned into mist. And
they did have a little bit more mist effect in this one too.
Yeah,
a little bit more of that, and that's some of the polish that they were talking about, that type of stuff. Also, you do get to see him get out of the coffin.
Yeah, I like the way how he got out of the coffin. That was
the Lugosi version. You kind of show him open the lid, then it cuts away, then he's standing up.
Right. This one showing him coming straight up out the coffin.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. I don't
Yeah.
know why Todd Browning did it that way, but I mean, maybe that's one of the things where they were watching that said, we're just going to show him get out of the coffin.
Yeah. And like I said, it's not that they, you know, it's just those extra effects, like you said, the polish. That's what people were liking more about it. And like Todd Browning, he had his hands kind of tied. You know what I'm saying? He was basically scrutinized on certain things.
He was, but also we got to remember this. He was also depressed over the death of his friend.
Yeah, Lane Chaney. Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah. Okay, so Brandon, you would recommend this?
I would definitely recommend this movie.
Was there anything that we didn't go over? I think we pretty much touched on everything that we can touch on with this without talking to the actor.
I mean, honestly, everything in that movie was done good. Um, I believe that they followed the screenplay pretty good. In the book, because there's always that romantic scene in it.
Was this a
But
romance?
yeah, it was a romance.
It is. Okay.
Yeah, I like Mina. I like to. Anyway, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. Um. Okay. So, Mark, did you come up with any of the questions you wanted to ask or call us out on the last show, the 31 show?
I was trying to think of a few things, a few questions, but then I just lost them.
oh,
And right now, I don't have questions about the last show that I
All
did
right.
listen to. Your shows are, I'll tell you something. They're very entertaining. I enjoy them, and I enjoy listening to them at work. So now I'm looking for more shows. I'm waiting now.
oh, thank you, Mark. Thank you very
They're
much.
very
Oh, yeah.
entertaining.
Thank you very much, sir. We are working on those.
One thing I will tell you something. With the Spanish version of Dracula, which I am watching, you know what's good about it for me is I could listen to it in silence and just watch the picture
That is true.
because I don't understand anything they're saying. There's no subtitles.
Oh, you can't turn on subtitles in Tubi?
No.
No, you had to
Closed,
turn on. You had to hit
called closed captioning.
closed caption on
Oh,
your.
you have to hit it. I
Closed
don't
hearing
know.
impaired. Yeah, you might
That's
want to hit
okay.
that.
It's all right though because I just watched the Bela Lugosi version again. So
Yeah, I mean, you just watching it. This is like watching an old silent movie.
I mean, it looks
Yeah,
really
so
good. It does look good. I was not going to watch it. I wasn't going to watch it until you guys were talking about it, and I says, you know what? Maybe I won't watch it because I saw the Bela Lugosi version. Then I'm just like that when you guys are talking about it. I was like, you know what? I'll watch it because I want to see the differences in the versions.
there you go. So I guess we did something good, Brandon. We got somebody to watch it.
Hey, that's the plus, right? That's what the show's for.
That's right.
Yep, and you made me want to watch more of the Dracula movies again with the other shows that you did. You did also.
So we still got a little ways until we get to Halloween.
Oh God.
So we've got a few more Dracula movies we're going to get to, and if we feel like we're not done with them, well, this could spill over into November. How's that?
Sounds very good to me. I think should keep going with the Dracula movies.
Oh, trust
So,
me, it's a lot of them that I didn't even know.
lot to cover.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So final thoughts, Brandon?
Final thoughts. This movie was good in its own right. I did enjoy it. Um, you know, just couldn't say too much about it because it was just a great movie, and I mean, got great actors and actresses, and I believe it was really fun to watch.
Absolutely. If you haven't seen this, check it out. It's worth checking out, especially if you're a movie nerd like us.
Oh yeah.
Definitely will want to check this out. All right, so that's going to do it for us right now. We will come back next time with another Dracula movie. So we will see you next time.
Later, guys.